begins in 3, 2.
Hey, who's trying to suck some dick today? Not you guys. Not you guys. Because you are good, well-behaved Christian youth group ministers in the eyes of God. You guys are beautiful. The only people that listen to this podcast, youth pastors, and Jesus. Jesus is an avid listener. Every week he sends me a postcard from, I don't know. I think he's like chilling in Mexico right now, trying to get away for the holidays. And he's like, "You're killing it." I'm like, "Thank you so much, Big J." I'm just kidding. Actually, the Jesus part I'm not kidding about. Jesus does send me postcards, but I'm kidding about the youth. I'm pretty sure no youth pastor listens to this. A youth pastor probably turned this on and then started violently crying at how terribly aggressive and vulgar this podcast is. But anyways, we're going to sing a little song together. I know it's taken me a little bit longer to get here, but we're okay. Okay. This is technically the Christmas episode or holiday episode. Look, I don't really fucking, if you celebrate Christmas, if you don't, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, fucking, I don't care. Whatever you do or don't celebrate, I don't really give a fuck. Okay. As long as you're fucking living your happy little life, that's really all I care. I don't, whatever you want to believe or don't believe, congratulations. That's amazing for you. But the song that I picked today that we're going to sing is a cohesive unit, and I encourage you to sing along as karaoke. Obviously, if you're like somewhere right now where, say you're in class, if you're in class right now, not paying attention and listening to this podcast, first of all, good for you. Second of all, maybe don't stand up in the middle of the class and just go on this musical endeavor because they're probably going to give you weird looks, and I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in this, and I don't want to be the culprit of why you get kicked out of your final because you started singing in the middle of class. Anyways, we're going to be singing Baby It's Cold Outside because, as you may or may not know, it has apparently become a very controversial song. People tried to cancel it. And so obviously I picked this song because I do like to enrage people and get them very upset because I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really funny, and I shouldn't like it, but I really do. And that's a problem. And I'm sure there's like a lot of deep issues down inside of me that probably could take care of that. But for now, we're just going to enrage people and it's going to be a fun time. So now here we go. We're going to sing it on 3. Baby, it's cold outside. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Baby, it's cold outside. I really can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside. I've been hoping that you dropped in so very nice. I'll hold your hands. They're just like now listen, I may have gotten those words wrong a little bit because I don't know the song verbatim, but now let's break it down. Let's really talk about it. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. The thing about this song is that everybody got really upset about it. Like there was like, everybody was like cool with it. And then one day somebody was like, I don't like how this sounds. And then the rest of Twitter was like, I got nothing to do today. Let's get angry, right? That's pretty much what happened. And now I get it. I could see where they're coming from. Like I understand their viewpoint, and I could see where they could end up where they did and why they feel that way. I can't understand it. I can't understand it. But is it kind of also their fault for looking at it like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's really break this down here. As soon as somebody told me that song was getting canceled, I go, what do you mean? I go, because when I ever thought of the song, I always saw it in my head as like this fun, little playful little song where it's like, hey babe, it's kind of cold outside. She's like, I know, like I do want to stay, but I really got to go. And he's like, come on, just like one more drink. Like the roads are really bad. It's probably not safe out there for you. And then she's like, my parents are going to get upset. Like I really have to go. Like that's how I saw the song. And then all of a sudden, when I would say that that's how I felt about the song, somebody on Twitter would fucking, tweet right back at me. And they'd be like, are you fucking, dude, he basically has her in a headlock on the floor, trying to tap her out like a WWE wrestler, telling her that if she leaves, he's going to kill her. And I go, where did you get that from the lyrics? And they go, it's fucking word for word. I go, it definitely does not say that he John Cena'd her into the fucking floorboard. That is not what happened. I don't know where you came up with that, but I'm pretty sure that you're off of your medication. You need to figure it out. Now, I did read the lyrics a couple weeks ago because I was curious again, because it was like people tried to cancel it and then it just went away. I don't know. Like I was 1 week, everyone was like, fuck this song. And then the next week somebody was like, fucking never mind, we're mad at something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just switched really aggressively. And they just decided to forget about it. They were like, we don't really give a fuck. Like whatever, it's whatever. But I looked at the lyrics, like I was saying, and after reading the lyrics, when it's not sung and you're just in a fun way, and you're just reading the lyrics is almost as if you're reading a poem. Yeah, it sounds extremely fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds very like this guy sounds like a fucking weirdo. Like when you read the lyrics and don't actually listen to the song and like it's happy tune, but you just read the lyrics, it does sound as if the guy's like, "Come on, babe, don't leave," and she's like, "No, like I really want to go," and he's like, "If you fucking leave, I'm gonna lock you up in the cellar." And she's like, "I'm it's okay. I'll stay for one more drink." Like that's how the lyrics look. Okay, when you just read them verbatim and you don't actually what you call it? Think of words, Anthony. Fucking shit, fuck, cock. You don't hear it in the song or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like I talked about this last week. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm not 100% sure. But what I did realize was that like most Christmas songs, like if you fucking look at them in a weird way, they sound fucked up. Like Santa Claus. I know a bunch of people have talked about this, but I'm obviously going to bring it up again. Like, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Like, I don't understand how when I was a little kid, I was like, this guy sounds like so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sounds he sounds psychotic. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. And it's like, is Santa... Like, what's going on? Is he a fun, jolly guy who's bringing me gifts? Or is he some weird, creepy old dude with lint in his belly button sitting outside of my house in a van fucking touching himself? Like, what? Who is this Santa guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is he? You don't really know. And all you were supposed to know is like, oh, Santa's a good guy. He brings gifts to little kids. But, like, he also fucking watches me 24/7. Like, hey, buddy, find a hobby. This is weird, right? Santa gets to watch kids 24/7, but... I get in my van and sit up outside of a local school, and now I'm not allowed 500 feet within a playground. Like, where are these rules for Santa Claus, but they're in place for me? I don't understand it, and I wish I knew. And that's also actually thinking about invasion of privacy. I started thinking about this with paparazzi. Isn't it fucking whacked that these people literally essentially get paid to stalk people and take pictures of them, but when I do it, it's illegal. Like, I just okay? Like, I want answers. Because when I do it, all of a sudden people are like, you're creepy fucking, you should be in jail. But when the paparazzi do it, all of a sudden they get paid for their work? Like, dude, if I got paid for all the pictures I have of random people, I would be fucking killing it right now on E! News. That's obviously a joke, by the way, for any of you that are new here. And you're an idiot, that's obviously a joke. So I'm just kidding. You're not an idiot if you didn't get the joke. But just, if this is your first episode, that's fine if it went over your head. Okay, and if this is your fucking 23rd episode and it went over your head, that's fine. But maybe just fucking, stay alert a little bit more. Anyways, yesterday, this is what I want to talk about now. Yesterday, I saw the new Spider-Man movie, and no spoilers whatsoever. I would not do that to you guys. Don't even worry about it. If you haven't seen it, there's going to be absolutely no spoilers. I'm not even going to talk about who is Spider-Man. I don't even know. That's as much as we're going to talk about it. I just want to tell you about my experience and what happened yesterday, not about the movie at all whatsoever. Don't even worry about it. But, so if you haven't seen it, don't be like, I got to turn it off. Don't even worry. Because listen, I'm going to tell you a very personal story that's very deep to me and it has actually stuck with me to this day. Some dickwad, the day that Endgame came out, which by the way, if you haven't seen the end to Endgame, by now, like, that's your fault. I don't really care. This isn't a spoiler, but Endgame, if you haven't seen it, spoilers, Iron Man fucking kicks the bucket, does not survive. So sad. Would be sadder if I did not know that he died going into the movie. Now you're probably thinking, Anthony, is this because you were an idiot and you just didn't care and you waited fucking 10 years to see them? No. This was not my fault. What happened was, this stupid fucking kid at school comes in Friday, goes, dude, Endgame? Holy fuck. And before I could even say a word, he goes, can't believe Iron Man died. I go, what? What did you say? I'm absolutely mortified. And he goes, oh, did you not see the movie? I go, came out yesterday. He goes, yeah, you didn't go to the premiere? I go, why would you assume that I went to the premiere? Like, why would you assume that. He goes, dude, why wouldn't you see it like the night it came out? I go, what? I go, where do you find, I go, why do you have free time at 12 p.m. on a Thursday? He goes, why do you not? I go, dude, I have shit to do. I go, I have like a schedule and like things that need to get done. I can't just fucking go see a movie at 12 o'clock on a Thursday at such short notice. I go, when did you even buy the tickets? He goes, like a month and a half. I go, fucking, I don't even set doctor's appointments that far in advance because I will forget about them. Okay? And this kid's fucking assuming that I just fucking would go to the fucking premiere night. You got to at least give people, I would say, somewhere between 3 weeks to a month, 3 to 4 weeks, somewhere in that area. Like after 3 weeks, that's kind of their fault. If it's a movie, if it's a show with like a lot of episodes that's a little bit longer, I would say you got to give them a month, right? Because people got, shit to do. Not everybody can just sit at their house and watch an entire season straight for 8 hours and absolutely have no other obligation to go to. And I'm not saying that's bad. If that's you, that's awesome. That's amazing that you have so much free time. I unfortunately don't, and a lot of other people don't either. So you got to give those people a little bit of time. But there is a limit after like, a month or two or something like that where you could be like, listen, if you haven't seen it, clearly it's not a priority. That's your problem. But anyways, Spider-Man. So, like I said, I went to go see the new Spider-Man movie yesterday. It was phenomenal. But the thing was that as I was driving to the movie theater, I was in the car and I was like, why don't I go to more? I was like, why don't I go to the movie theater more? Like this, I feel like this is going to be so much fun. Like, why don't I ever go? And then when I got to the movie theater, walked in and sat down, after I immediately sat down, I go, now I know why I don't like to go to the movie theater, because I fucking hate people. That's why I don't go. People suck. Okay? They're terrible. At movie theaters specifically, I hate everything about it. There's so many things that could go wrong, like literally. Like, for example, there's so many, like, first of all, there's always some dude in the movie theater who is like 6'7", and like, listen, buddy, you got to know at this point in your life that you're built like a fucking giraffe, okay? No, I'm not body shaming you, but your neck is 37 inches long. So you got to understand that you've now passed the height limit to where you could be sitting somewhere in the front. Okay, you can't do that. You are only allowed at the very last back of seats. And if those aren't available, you are allowed to kick some short fuck out of there because you should be there. Okay? When you're 6, as soon as you passed 6'6" and you get to that like awkward height where it's like you're a little bit too tall and it's a little awkward. I know people that are that tall are probably getting really pissed right now. And they're like, I'm not fucking awkward. Dude, I know for a fact you can't fit in any sedan, so don't even fucking argue with me, okay? Because if that's not awkward height, then what is? You know what I'm saying? 6'4" is kind of the limit, right? I'm 6'2", and I'm not going to lie, my sister's Honda Civic, it's a little tight. It is a little tight. And my head's about an inch from the ceiling. So 6'3", 6'4", you could get away with it. But 6'5" and above, you are fucking 6'5". Sometimes they're awkward, sometimes they're not. There's kind of like there's a little bit of a little bit of play there. But 6'6" and up, you are fucking. You walk around. You are Slenderman. You have no right, absolutely no right, sitting in front of anybody in the movie theater. So there's that you have to worry about. Then there's the other things that you have to worry about that are also very apparent. For another thing, the fact that some stranger is allowed to sit directly next to me, absolutely not. No. Who allowed this? Why? Every movie theater, it should be 1 seat, 3 feet. 1 seat, 3 feet. It should not. Why are we so together like this? Stop. I hate it. I really do. 1 seat, 3 feet. 1 seat, 3 feet. I don't like being next to people. And then just the thought of me sitting in the movie theater and just I am sitting there fucking sweating so anxiously that if anybody sits next to me, I'm going to start violently crying because I fucking just want to enjoy the movie. And I don't want this person sitting next to me because let's be honest, some people, dude, imagine some people smell like shit. Okay? Let's be honest. Like that 65-year-old dad, right, that comes in, sits right next to me, and the dude fucking, every dad gets to this point in their life. I pray to God I never get to this point. But for some reason, most dads get to this point in their life where they look at themselves in the mirror one day and they sniff their armpit and they go, you know what? My natural scent it's kind of working for me. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Use some fucking deodorant. But unfortunately, that dad has not picked up a stick of Old Spice since 98. Okay? And he smells like fucking mothballs and shit. Smells like shit. Goes to the movie theater in a coat that has not been washed since '05. Okay? That's a problem. And then he's sitting next to me, stuffing his dirty fucking fingers in his popcorn, stick him in his mouth, and he's sticking him in his water cup, then he's sticking him up his wife. I don't know what he's doing, okay? All right? He might be sticking butter up his wife's cooter, he might not be, but my point is that weird people sit next to me, and I don't like that. I don't even like sitting next to my own family members at a movie theater because they're just too close, you know? I sat next to my sister yesterday. Granted, she is a lot smaller than me, so that doesn't bother me. But like if my fucking dad's sitting next to me or like a cousin of mine that's, you know, kind of my size, like I hate it. I hate every second about it. And I hate being in the movie theater because I don't like sitting so close to people. I don't like it. It's very bothersome. And it ruins the movie experience for me. It truly does. Also, I hate seeing people who are like in a relationship and like, you know, the one person will be like sitting, just chilling, and then their partner just fucking will like have their head right on their upper tit. And I'm like, listen, dude, if I fucking had a girlfriend and we were at the movies and she tried to lay her head on my upper tit, I'd be like, listen, babe, you need to back the fuck off. I can't, listen, I love you, but fucking get away from me, okay? There's a reason that there's fucking armrests, okay? It's so that you don't get in my fucking personal space. And I hate the people too that like, you know, want to like hold hands and then you're dipping your hand in the same popcorn. Look, if we're going to the movie theater and you want to get a large popcorn, absolutely not. We're not sharing a popcorn. We're not savages, okay? Let's each get a small, okay? Because we're both not going to finish it and we're just going to waste money on a large. And at the same time, when you're holding hands like that, dude, you tell me you got your sweaty fucking fingers, then you're fucking sticking your sweaty, dirty hands into the melted butter popcorn. Like if I'm gonna eat that popcorn with you jamming your little dirty little fingers in there, I might as well just drink a vial of fucking COVID-19 because that's probably what I'm gonna get after this experience. Because it's terrible. Like people, they just let their significant other fucking put their head right on their upper tit. Like, babe, your breath is hot. And I'm already fucking steaming because this guy in front of me is 6'9" and he's built like a fucking NBA player, which by the way, all those people, I'm not going to lie to you, I sincerely feel this way. If you are over 6'7" and you're not in the NBA, you're a waste of sperm. And I hate to say it. I truly do. But if you're over, honestly, that maybe, let's say 6'8". If you're 6'7", you get a pass. If you're over 6'8" and you're not in playing professional volleyball, you're not in the NBA, you're not in the fucking WNBA, if you're not in some professional sport where height is needed, you are a waste of sperm, and I'm just fucking, that's a fact. That is a fact, okay? I'm just here to say it, and it's the truth. And now, since you're so upset, now you got to go to a movie theater and sit in front of me, okay, dude? I'm only 6'2". I can't see over your fucking 2x4 neck, buddy. Sorry you're built like fucking Big Bird. Sit in the back. Sit in the back. Fuck. It annoys me. Also, another big pet peeve at the movie theater. I know this is me just bitching. This entire podcast, like I said, this is just becoming my therapy session for the week because I just need to get this rage out because I hate people. But, which by the way, I don't mean it in the way that like I hate people like in general. Like, no, I fucking like, if I'm going somewhere, say I'm going to a party, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be conversing with people. I'm going to be having conversations. This is going to be great. I'm going to have a good time. But if I'm going to the movie theater, what I'm not thinking about is talking to people. I don't want to talk to you at the movie theater. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm about. So listen, hot shit. Let's break this down. The biggest thing that I really hate besides smelly old people, besides somebody sticking their dirty fingers in my fucking popcorn, besides some fucking giraffe sitting in front of me when he should be at the zoo, fucking or in a crate on his way to Madagascar 3 or something. I don't know. What I do hate is that it's fine when you're in a movie theater, obviously, to clap at moments or be like, ooh, or something like that. Like if there's like a kiss scene and there's no lines happening, or like somebody's like, you know, Or like if you've seen Endgame where like all of them come together and they're all standing side by side and there's just like music, like, yeah, that is a phenomenal time to clap. But there's some people who don't know when to pull back the clap. They don't know, they get a little bit too clap happy and they don't know when to stop, right? And they go a little bit too long. And now, right, they're clapping their hands like they just don't care, but I care because I just missed 5 lines, right? I missed 5 lines in a movie theater. Now I don't even know what's going on. Sure, I'm at the movie theater watching Spider-Man, but for all I know, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. What is this, Spider-Man or The Equalizer? Because I just missed 5 lines, and I'm not even sure what movie this is anymore. And I know a lot of people do feel this way, and some of you might think that I'm crazy, but 5 lines is sometimes crucial, and if they were crucial lines, and your stupid little clap-happy ass decided to clap away and not know when to pull back in time, okay? If you're thinking to yourself, if you're clapping in a movie theater and you're thinking, when should I stop clapping? Always earlier than you think, okay? Always earlier than you think to stop clapping. That's just a general rule of thumb. Now, the thing is normally, if I were to watch a movie at home and I miss 5 crucial lines because somebody in my family is confused and they have a lot of questions, even though I don't even know the answer to them because we're watching the same film at the same time, right? That happens. And they want to speak up and I go, that's awesome that your questions and you have those. And that's amazing. But I'm pretty sure it's a movie and it will explain those things, because if it didn't, then it wouldn't be it wouldn't have sold 500 million in the first week, right? Let's think about that. And so they're going to answer your question. So don't even worry about it. Don't be asking me because I didn't write the movie. So I don't know the answers. I'm watching it at the same time you are. Don't get on my case about answering your fucking little questions. Now, when I'm at home, I could reverse. And I love that. When I'm at home, I could sit, I could have a nice temperature going, and I don't have to worry about any smelly people that I don't know. Whereas if someone in my family were to maybe smell that day, I'd be like, hey, buddy, take a fucking shower, okay? Take a fucking shower, and then when you smell like you aren't in the middle of a landfill, then you could come back and we'll watch the movie together and we'll have a good time. But the problem here is people, and I hate all of them. And I never, because I was thinking, like I said, the last time that I went to the movie theater before I just went yesterday, 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And it was actually to see the last Spider-Man movie, which is, I mean, kind of funny if you think about it. But I just hate it. I hate it so much. And also when I go, even though I'm not 6'7", I sit all the way in the back. And that might make me a little bit of a hypocrite because I said anybody over 6'7" should be sitting there. But I'm 6'2", whatever. And I also hate people. So for that reason, I sit all the way in the back so that no stupid little fucking 15-year-old kid can put his feet on my chair, because if you put your feet on my chair, I will snap your ankle in half. I have no problem doing that. And I will... I'll gladly do it to each and every one of your friends. So don't touch the back of my chair. So that's why I sit in the back, so that I don't get in an altercation with a minor. Now, what else did I want to say? Also, another thing that I hate about the movie theaters, or no, I think I'm done. I'm pretty sure I'm done. I think I'm done. We're going to wrap it up there. That's enough. Oh, and I also obviously hate trying to fucking fight somebody with like, a hand rest or whatever, or like an arm rest. I hate trying to fight some rando for it, which, by the way, anybody who goes to the movie and sees movies alone, God bless your little soul, okay? You are a soldier, and you are much braver than I am, because I could never openly walk into a movie theater alone and then knowingly understand that some random person that may or may not smell like a Big Mac was thrown into a blender is going to sit next to me and then fucking get their popcorn all over, possibly talk on the phone. You don't know what people are going to do, right? You don't. And you can't prepare for that. And for that reason, this is also another thing that I want to say is when I was younger, I knew some people whose like dad, or maybe it's just one person whose like dad decided they built like a really nice movie theater in their home. And it wasn't like these people had like a lot of money. Like they just like, they had like a regular house, just like a regular house. You just like, when you think fucking regular house, boom, that's their house. Okay. Whatever image you got in your mind, that's their house. But then you walk in the basement and all of a sudden they spent 20 grand on this at-home movie theater. And when I was little, I was always like, why would you waste that money when you could just go to the movie theater? And now I get it. Because I totally understand now. And looking back, that dad, I want to go up to him and be like, I love everything about you. And I feel like me and you would click on a different level. I feel like I get you and you get me, right? Because he's thinking, yes, I got this mini movie theater in my basement and the screen might not be as big as the movie theater, but it's better because there's no people there. And I love that. And quite honestly, when I'm older, I'm going to blow a fuck ton of money on an at-home movie theater, and I will never go to the theater because I hate it so much. I hate sitting next to strangers. I hate everything about it. There's not one thing I like about sitting next to strangers. You want to know and like there's some people, I'm sure, who are listening are like, Anthony, you don't know their backstory. Maybe they're like cool people. Okay, cool. I didn't come here to make new friends, okay? I came here to watch Spidey Boy. I came here to watch Spidey Boy shoot his little webs and swing around on his little rope. I didn't come here to find out that you groom dogs and you grew up in Colorado. I don't give a fuck about your life at all. I'm going to be honest, right? That's mean, but I don't. That sounds mean, but I don't give a fuck at all. I don't care about your life whatsoever. And a lot of people are going to be like, that's not nice. I don't care. I don't give a fuck whatsoever. Don't talk to me in the movie theater, please. That's all I got to say on that. My throat is absolutely rocked right now. Now, there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and then I am going to get to questions today. We're not even going to talk about current events. I don't even know what's current right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure something with Bitcoin. I'm sure some NFT sold for like $500 million, and some fucking 15-year-old is on a yacht jerking off into the ocean right now. I don't know, okay? The world is an absolute mess. I don't know what's going on. I don't really care to know right now. Because this is the week of Christmas or whatever, and then it's going to be New Year's. Next week, we'll talk about New Year's resolutions and how they're stupid and how people annoy the fuck out of me as well. But for this week, at least, we're going to try and focus on Christmas. So I'm not going to go to current events because that's stupid, boring. Current events normally aren't Christmas related, so they're not fun and dandy and awesome. So I'm just going to tell this one last little thing that I want to tell you. And then I'm going to get into my little questions that are, I tried to pick, every time I saw something that was related to Christmas, I screenshotted it. I went through them previously just so that I would have all the Christmas ones prepared and so that we could get into them and everybody could, it'll be awesome. And so, by the way, I'm sorry I don't have like a fucking Santa hat right now. I'm not going to lie to you, this entire month has just been like, I got sick, like I told you coming into this month. And then like it wasn't sad, and then all of a sudden I got unsick, but then I was like behind on work, and then like I couldn't, like there's just so much to do, and like buying a Santa hat was just like the last thing on my fucking mind because I had so many other things to do. Also, by the way, I'm on fucking Cameo now, which if you want to get a quick one before the holidays, if you want me to say some shit, I will literally say anything to anybody. The only reason I'm telling you that is because I do really want you guys to request cameos for the holidays or possibly for somebody's birthday or for New Year's or whatever, or if you just want me to yell at your friend and call him a stupid fucking prick, I will do that. Just ask me to. And the only reason that I really want you guys to own our cameos is because I was looking at my bank statement from what I bought for Christmas, and I'm not going to lie to you, we did dig into the bank account a little bit too much, more than we should have. And I would like to get some of that money back. I'm gonna be honest with you. Also on Cameo, which is really it's really getting to me. But also at the same time, I sleep like a baby, so it's probably not bothering me as much as I think it is. But on Cameo, the fucking cruelest shit that it does is that it says once like, people will pay for like a video, and then I do it or whatever, and then I send it over. Then it shows like the money that I could transfer into my bank, but before it tells you that you could transfer it into your bank, it says directly transfer to a charity instead. Listen, buddy, I don't got it like that right now. When I do got it like that, absolutely, I'll be throwing grand after grand at charities. I want to start my own charity in the future. I've talked about this before, but for right now, all of that money is going into my checking, okay? It's going into my savings, okay? It's not going, listen, I love the kids, but not right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're right. They could get a little bit, but they're not getting all of it. Absolutely not. They might get 10%, but I need the 90 for taxes. I need the rest of the 90% for I'm not right, okay? I don't. It makes me feel like a dick that they do that, and I don't appreciate that that's the first thing that it says. The first option is direct to a charity, and then in smaller font at the bottom it goes, or transfer into your bank account if you fucking hate joy and children and you're fucking Scrooge and you're a piece of shit and you're a loser and you hate everybody. And I go, all right, that's not, is there just can you just transfer it to my bank without calling me a piece of shit? That would be amazing. Thank you. So that's where I'm at right now. But anyways, fuck. So yeah, I'm on cam. Just look me up or fucking it's in my Instagram bio or some shit. Also, by the way, this hat, I did want to say you could buy on my website. That will be linked down below or also in my Instagram bio. Anyways. Also, I release joggers, which are pretty dope. And they're like really comfy. That's it. That's enough self promotion. Anyways, this other thing. I want to talk about, if you can't see, my acne is really bad right now. If you can't see, most of you are listening, so that was really stupid to say. But if you are watching on YouTube, and if you can't tell because I'm a little bit far back from the camera right now, my acne, terrible. And the problem with my acne being absolutely atrocious right now is that so what happened was I decided, I'm not going to name the brand because it's not their fault. It is slightly my fault. But the only problem is, so it's like, they send me stuff every month. Okay, I'm not going to name the brand because I heard they pay well and I would like a brand deal in the future. But, okay, it's not that they're bad. It's just that the products, right, they're great. And they send me stuff and it's awesome and it's amazing. But so I canceled it. And the reason that I canceled it and decided to just go back to the derm and pay them for some fucking medical grade shit that lights my face on fire, that probably isn't great long term for my skin, but short term fucking pimples will be gone by January 1st, which is phenomenal. And, the derm, literally, they gave me like these pads or whatever to like wipe on my face that have like stuff on it and like wipe on my, back a little bit if I ever get any back knee, which on occasion I do. Who doesn't? But, to wipe everywhere. And I used the pad yesterday for the first time. My face was on fire for a minute and a half. Like she did say, she goes, it burns, but it's like a good burn. I go, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be honest with you. Was not a good burn. I was in excruciating pain, but my pimples did go down a lot. So no complaints. Anyways, this company, like I said, I used to do it. It was, it was good. But the problem is that when I get like that medical grade shit from the derm, if I miss a day, it's not the end of the world. Whereas this stuff, if I get home late on a Saturday and it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, fuck my skincare, I'll wake up the next day with 45,000 pimples on my face. So the only thing I didn't like about it is that if I missed a day, it's like you miss one day and you jump back 3 weeks, which I don't love. Okay, so that's why I canceled it. But the funny thing about it was that they make it so difficult to cancel the subscription. Like I'm not even exaggerating. This is exactly how it went. They go, what would you like to do? Or like ask me about my account. I go, I would like to cancel my subscription. And then they go, the first thing that pops up, you click cancel subscription, then a new screen pops up and they go, are you sure? They go, I don't know, like, do you really, like, if you cancel with us, like, then, like, you're going to look like shit and you're not going to be, like, super, like, awesome and your pimples aren't going to go away. And I go, no, like, I'm good, I'm fine, cancel. And then it brings me to a second page and it goes, listen, you're clearly acting extremely irrational, right? You're a little bit crazy in the head right now. You're not thinking straight. Why don't we just cancel next month, right? Let's just cancel next month. You regroup. Think it over, and then we'll send you a box. We'll come back in February. We'll regroup, and we'll talk this over like adults. And I'm like, no, I appreciate your support, but I'm going to have to cancel. Then I'm literally not even exaggerating this. This is why this is so funny to me. I did this yesterday. Then the next page pops up. They go, listen, $10 off each one for the next 3 months, right? That's a pretty sick deal. Right? Let's fucking $10 off. How do we feel? I go, nope, cancel. Next page, they go, 20 off. $20 off. You cheap fuck. $20. And I wasn't even canceling because of the money. It was just because I didn't like that if I missed one day, it backtracked me 3 weeks. But they're like, $20 off for the next 3. This is our final offer. You are fucking up. You are making a huge mistake. You are fucking an idiot. This is such a bad idea. I go, no. Cancel. Then they go 30 off and free shipping. Fucking please don't leave. Please. 30 off and free shipping. I go, holy fuck, what's the next one going to be? A free box? Like what? Like holy shit, they are not quitting. Then the next one, it's like, listen, I could click cancel one more time. And then it goes, listen, why don't you talk to somebody in our chat room right now? We could have them on the phone in less than 5 seconds. Let's talk this through. Let's discuss why we feel this way. And let's figure this out together, please. At this point, in my mind, they're on their knees begging, crying. And then I go, cancel. And then it clicks cancel. And then all the boxes go away. And it just shows me the home screen. It logs me out of my account. And then I get an email that says, we're so sorry you left. We hope to see you again, sad face. And that's it. Dude, it took me fucking 15 minutes to get through. There was like 7 windows of me trying to cancel. Like each one got progressively more aggressive and then more desperate as we went on. It was fucking nuts. It was crazy, dude. Oh my God. It was absolutely insane. Anyways, let's get into these questions, dude. My throat is on fire. That's not good. I swear. If I get sick again right before Christmas, I'm going to cry. Anyways, first question. Damn it, cuz. That's how it starts. Damn it, cuz. POV. You're Troy Bolton. Okay. This is a fun one. Do you pick Gabriella or Sharpay? Explain. I fucking hate Sharpay. She's a raging cunt. I don't know what it is about her. I hate everything about her. I look at her, I go, mean girl. That's a mean girl right there. I go, she's a bitch. She definitely talks shit behind your back. And the only reason she wants to be with Troy Bolton isn't because she really likes him and or loves him, for that matter, but just because he's the quote unquote, like the popular guy in the basketball team. And she just wants to be with the most popular guy so that she in turn is more popular. That's the only reason she wants. She doesn't actually love Troy. She doesn't give a fuck about Troy whatsoever. She's a bitch. I don't care how she acts in the movie. If you thought, oh, but she really had feelings, to fuck her. I hate her. I also hate she had a really weird relationship with her brother, right? Like really, they would do like almost like couples dancing. Which if you're related, like some of the movements and shit, like obviously in my head I was aware that those two weren't related in real life, so it was a little less weird when I watched it. But if you broke that down, right, and you looked at it and you were like, siblings doing those, I don't like any of this. I don't like what they're doing here. I don't like anything about it. I would prefer to never actually see this again, right? Because it's right. This isn't incestual dancing with the stars. You know what I'm saying? You know. I'm just saying. Anyways, Gabriella, 100%. She's like the sweet. She's not too popular. Just like, you know, she's not too popular. So she's not a cunt. She's got like good life goals and shit. She's not a raging cunt, like I said before. And her and Troy clearly have some great chemistry. I would 100% pick Gabriella 10 out of 10 times. I fucking hate Sharpay so much. Like literally, dude, when I was younger, I like wanted to go through the screen and beat the shit out of her. Like literally. Which that's okay for me to say because at that time I was like very young. So it would kind of just be like a kid punching somebody. So technically it's not assault. It's just like, it's just like a timeout for me. You know what I'm saying? And I would get grounded for beating the shit out of her. Next question. Would you rather be buried alive for 30 seconds or stung by bees for 2 minutes straight? So this is why you guys, I just want to sincerely want to know, do you guys go to therapy? Like any of you who put these questions in, because this is like what kind of fucking, what is this? You thought about this? You were just like in your day-to-day life. You were like, this is a good question. I'm going to send this into Anthony. You got some serious psychological issues. But I love you for it. And I love that you sent this question in because it's something I would think of. Would I rather be buried alive for 30 seconds or stung by bees for 2 minutes straight? See, the thing that you didn't include here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and guess for myself. Do I know that I'm only being buried alive for 30 seconds, or am I being thrown in there and it could be 30 seconds or it could be 30 minutes, it could be 30 days? Like, am I aware that it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead. Let's just say that for both of them, I feel like I need to be aware of the time length. Okay, let's say that I am aware that it's only 30 seconds and that I am aware that I'm being stung by bees for 2 minutes straight. That, other than the fact that I'm extremely claustrophobic and will probably have a panic attack within the first 15 seconds, I think a panic attack is better than getting stung quite possibly over 100 times, right? Because the panic attack, that's just like a one-time thing. Or not a one-time thing. I mean, they don't just happen once and they go away forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, the panic attack happens in the moment, then I get out of the box, and then I'll come back to reality and I'll be fine. But the stings, those are going to swell. Then I got to like pull the stingers out. And if I don't get them all out, then they can like sit in my skin. It's going to cause infection. It's like, there's so many extra things that are involved in this that I really don't want to be involved with. So honestly, I hate to say it. And I never thought that I would be answering this in a Would You Rather, but I'd rather be buried alive for 30 seconds. I'm not even going to cap. Literally, I know there's a cap on my head, but I will not cap. I will not cap whatsoever. So I'm going to have to be buried alive for 30 seconds. And that's just what we're going to do. Anyways, next one. Now we're getting into the Christmas ones. Fuck, marry, kill, gingerbread cookie, sugar cookie, chocolate chip cookies. Look, I absolutely despise every single little thing about gingerbread cookies. I've smelled a gingerbread cookie. I've tasted a gingerbread cookie. Not once in my life have I been like, you know what? You know what I'd love to have right now? A gingerbread cookie. No, never. I hate them. They're disgusting. They're gross. When I watched Shrek as a little kid in that gingerbread, I don't remember if he died or if he just like lost a limb. When he was in agonizing pain, screaming at the top of his lungs, I was smiling at the TV screen. I go, you're a terrible tasting cookie and you deserve that. So for that reason, the gingerbread is dead. Now, sugar cookie, chocolate chip cookie. I mean, you got to marry the chocolate chip cookie. If you don't marry the chocolate chip cookie, you're clinically insane, right? You're clinically insane if you don't marry the chocolate chip cookie, because sugar cookies, yes, they're good, but they're like a sugar cookie's like, something you want to fuck like once a month, but never really talk to or speak to after the fact. Where chocolate chip cookie, you want to build a family. You want to spend a lot of time with them, and you enjoy their presence. There's never a time. Sometimes you get a sugar cookie where you're like, wasn't the greatest. But there's never a time that you get a chocolate chip cookie and you don't like it, because even if the cookie's rock solid, at the end of the day, you're like, it's still got chocolate in it. Where can you go wrong? So you got to marry the chocolate chip cookie for that reason. You got to just fuck the sugar cookie once a month, right? It's a one-time thing. It's just, you hit it and quit it. You hit it, you quit it, you liked it, but you don't love it forever. But the chocolate chip cookie, you always run back to the chocolate chip cookie. I mean, you could dabble around, you get the pecan, you get the peanut butter cookie, and yeah, those are fun in the short term. But at the end of the day, you always come running back to that chocolate chip cookie, because that's what's always been there for you in those hard times. In those hard times, the chocolate chip cookie has always stood tall. And it's always been by your side. And even though you've ran away from it and it's ran away from you, you always somehow, some way, you find your way back to it, because you know deep down that you and the chocolate chip cookie are meant for each other. And you're meant to build a family and a life together. And that's how I feel about that. Next question. Sometimes I make these weird thoughts on homeschoolers. This is a fantastic question. Here's my thoughts on it personally. It's really a toss-up, because it's dependent on the parent on how you turn out. If you got great, smart, independent, successful parents that are, ambitious and want to make sure that you turn out right, and they're smart people, then yeah, I don't think, besides some of the social aspect, as long as they get you to like clubs and shit like that, yeah, I think it's totally fine, completely cool, whatever you want to do with your kid. Awesome. But if your parents are fucking stupid, and let's not pretend like that's not a thing, right? Because there's a lot of idiots that have children that shouldn't. And some of the idiots think that they know more, and they go, you know what? I'm going to homeschool my kid because I'm smarter than people who went to school to teach, even though I didn't. But clearly I know more than them because I'm just better than them. And those kind of people will homeschool their kids. And if your parent's a fucking idiot, yeah, it's a terrible idea to be homeschooled. So bad. So bad. It's a terrible, terrible idea because then you're going to be stupid. And that's not good, right? Or even if your parent's smart, but they're a little stupid, right? Like if they're academically smart but socially stupid, well then that's a problem too, because then you're going to be really smart, but then you're not going to know how to interact in social settings, which is not good either. Which is very not okay. Absolutely not. Right? Like, for example, Elon Musk. I'm sure his kid's going to be very smart, right? Because he's like teaching, or he's like making his own school. I don't know what Elon Musk is doing. He's doing whatever he wants. Elon Musk's kid, probably going to be a little weird. Is that going to be because of a lack of social interaction? Or is it going to be because he's just inherently weird because Elon Musk is his dad? I think it's going to be a little bit of both. So honestly, if your parents are smart, and like, don't sit there and be like, I don't know if my parents are smart. You know if your parents are fucking idiots or not. Don't even, right? And this isn't me saying, this isn't like, me saying like your parents stupid if they don't have like a degree of this. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because there's fucking idiots that have, a degree there's fucking idiots with a master's degree, and there's very smart people that only have a high school education, because it's just, it's not a matter of how much schooling you got. Obviously, a degree will matter in a sense if you want a specific subject and you need to know more about a specific subject, yes. But if you're just talking general overall knowledge and thinking abilities in a day-to-day basis, there are people that are much smarter than people who only got a high school education, versus the idiots who, some of these idiots have a master's degree, but all they did was read books and do well on tests, but that doesn't make them smart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying your parents stupid if they don't have so-and-so education. I'm saying you're fully aware if your parent's a fucking moron or not. You should know that, right? You should know that. And if your parent is a fucking idiot, then yeah, it's probably not a good idea to be homeschooled. And if you acknowledge that, then maybe get yourself into a school somewhere, right? Get in before it's too late. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you're homeschooled, it could go either, like, you do you live your little life, but if your parents are fucking idiots, it's a very bad idea. Next one, least favorite Christmas movie. This is very, 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 very controversial. Nobody feels this way. I can promise you that. Nobody feels this way. My least favorite Christmas movie, hold on, I don't even remember the name because I hate it so much. Is that the name? Yep, that is. My least favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story. I fucking hate that movie with everything inside of my being. I remember everybody growing up, they're like, it's such a classic, it's so good. That little kid is an annoying little prick. I hate him so much. I hate how anytime he gets a BB gun, they're like, well, you'll shoot your eye out. Why are we giving this fucking 11-year-old a gun? Who the fuck, what are we doing? What is this movie? What's next, dude? What's A Christmas Story 2? What, do you give him a fucking handgun and let him loose in a school? Like, right? Fuck, dude. You just gave the kid what's going on? The rest of the movie, and then like the one kid, he like sticks his tongue on this dirty pole and then gets it stuck on there, and like and then he's just like whining like a little bitch because he got his tongue stuck on the pole. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You stick your tongue to the pole, it's gonna come right off. It's fucking, dude. Like, if he was 5, it would be different, but they're like 11. Like, are you fucking stupid? I get so mad watching that movie, everything that happens. And then, like, isn't like the bullies find him in that same alley every day or something like that? Or maybe that only happened once, but like, listen, if you get bullied, that sucks, but like, take a different route home, dude. It's just everything about it. I just fucking want to climb through the TV screen, and I hate it. Now, on the flip side, my favorite Christmas movie is not a well-known Christmas movie, Fred Claus. Fred Claus is the best Christmas movie ever created. Okay? Who's the star of the movie? Vince fucking Vaughn. One of the fucking greatest actors to ever live. I fucking love Vince. I love him. And the fact that sometimes people say that sometimes when I start talking a little bit fast, I start saying things and I just start moving my mouth, and it's just, it's normal for me because my brain moves faster than my mouth can. So a lot of times words just start fucking zooming out of my mouth. And then sometimes when people are like, yo, Vince Vaughn energy, that literally like tingles my balls. Like I love when you guys say that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because just growing up, I just like, for some reason, Vince Vaughn, like my parents, like they would just watch his movies and I would just always hear his voice. Maybe just like when I was in the cradle as a little kid, I was just picking up some of his speech pattern and talking, or maybe it's just because of the ADHD in me. Maybe I would assume he probably also has a little bit of ADHD, and that's why we tend to sound alike a little bit sometimes. And I love when people say that because I love Vince Vaughn. He's amazing. Like he's like the one actor that I'm not going to lie would, like, if I met in person, I'd be like, this is fucking sick. Right? Like, I'm not one of those people where, like, if I saw, I don't know, like Leonardo DiCaprio, I'd be like, oh, that's Leo. Like, that's cool. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, Leo! Oh my God! Like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. But if I saw Vince Vaughn, I wouldn't scream either, but I'd be like, I would go out of my way to be like, can I get a fucking picture? I'm not going to lie. I would go out of my way to be like, can I take a pic? Can we get a little flick going? And I feel like he would be like, yeah, dude, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take a pic. Let's take a, you want me to smile? You want me to not smile? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, right? Dude, love him. Love him. Absolutely love the guy. Hopefully in the future, maybe me and him do a movie together. Right? That would be sick. That would be phenomenal. That'd be amazing. Next one. What's the worst part about the holiday season? Family. I'm just kidding. Actually, you know what's funny about that? Anytime you hear about the holidays, people are always like, oh, you got to see your family. To be quite honest with you, never have related. My family gets lit. We party, bro. We party. I do not. Anytime I go to like a family gathering, I'm never like gun to my head. I wish I don't want to show up today. Like, I'm like, this is great. Like we're going to have a fucking blast. This is dope. Right? And sure, sometimes families argue and shit like that. But like, dude, once the fucking drinks start flowing and everybody starts rowing, like we have fun. We have fun. I'm not going to lie. We have a lot of fun. So I'm sorry for you that you feel that way and you want to fucking jump out your car window on the highway when you're on the way to your grandma's house. But I'm on the way to my grandma's house every year and I'm like, I can't fucking wait. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way and I feel sorry for you. I truly do. Truly. I don't know what it is. I got a big family, so I think that's also part of it. Like, we have such a big family that it's like, it's hard to like have beef with one person because you might not even run into them during the entire time you're there. Like, you might, like, if you don't want to run into them, you actually don't have to. So it kind of works out that way because like when you have a smaller family and somebody's got beef, then it's like you got to see them, right? Like you're going to be face to face during pretty much the entire night. But there's like Christmas Eve, I think there's like 35 of us. I'm not 100% sure how many there are, but it's in that ballpark. And so, I mean, if I don't want to talk to somebody, I don't have to. And then there's no arguments happening. And everybody just has a good fucking time and it's lit. So I'm sorry, dude. But the worst part about the holidays, I would say honestly, like getting gifts and shit. Which sounds terrible. It makes me sound like a fucking Scrooge, but I mean, it sucks, right? Like going to the store, I hate going to the store because once again, I hate people. That's why I only like to shop online. And whenever I wait too long to the point where Amazon won't come in time if I order it on Amazon or like on any website, like it won't come before Christmas and I have to physically go to the store, I dread that every single day. And I want to cry so bad. And I go, oh, I hate it here. And I hate it. I hate when I have to go to the store and I have to buy things and I have to talk to people. It sucks, dude. I hate it. All I want for Christmas is you. Is it overrated, underrated, or just right? I think it's just right. I think it's just perfect. I'm not one of those people that like overplays it though. I do hate those people that like want to put it on repeat at a party. Like, yeah, one time, maybe 2 times, that's great. But let's switch it up a little bit because it's getting a little bit obnoxious. But I think it's just right. I think it's a great song. I don't think it's overrated. I don't think it's underrated. I think it's perfectly rated right where it needs to be. Weirdest thing you've ever gotten for Christmas? I was trying to think. I don't actually know. I've never got anything like inherently like really weird, I guess. Like that was odd. I think one year somebody bought me like a trimmer that was like meant for one year, I think somebody bought me like a face shaver when I was like a freshman in high school. And I was like, I don't like, thank you, but like, I'm going to have to wait 3 years to use this. So I don't know why you gave this to me. Like, I guess that's the weirdest thing I've got. I can't really think of anything else right now. Last one, weird question. Thank you for this. Who is the most fuckable Christmas character? considering they're all like minors, probably not going to answer this question because that's weird. Christmas character. Mrs. Claus? I could say that. I don't know, man. That's probably it. That's probably it. What else am I going to say? Rudolph? That's weird. Right? Blitzen? Probably not. Blitzen sounds like they like it rough. I don't know if I could get in with that. That's Blitzen scares me, right? You know, that's like somebody naming their kid Hunter. It's like, all right, do we really want to, all right, what are we raising this kid to be? What are we doing? I'm just kidding. Hunter's a fun name. And actually, it's actually a pretty sick name now that I think about Hunter. That's kind of fucking dope. Or like whenever somebody names their kid after like an alcohol brand, it's like, yes, like that's fucking sick, Like fucking Jack Daniel. Okay, maybe not that. But like you get what I'm saying. Like maybe if your kid's named like Vodka, that'd be pretty dope. Like if somebody came up to me, I'd be like, "Hey, what's your name?" They'd be like Vodka. I'd be like, do you want to be my bodyguard forever, sir?" Like that's sick. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up like a Christmas present. Listen, first and foremost, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic holidays. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, or whatever you celebrate, I hope it's awesome. I hope you have a good time with your families. Sincerely, next week's episode is going to be, like I said, we're going to be wrapping up the year. That's going to be awesome. We're going to have a good time for that. That's pretty much really all I got to say. You guys are great. Happy holidays. And, yeah, we're going to end this episode. Oh, by the way, if you want any merch or shit like that, Instagram bio, go check that out. Make sure you rate and review over on Apple Podcasts. And that's it. All my links to my socials down below. And we're going to hit you with 2 claps and a Ric Flair. So can I get 2 claps? And a Ric Flair. Woo! See you next week.